Stop taking money advice from broke people. Harsh? Maybe. But let's be real. How many times have you heard, money isn't everything, from someone struggling to pay rent? Meanwhile, rich kids are handed secret playbooks before they even know how to drive. Today, I'm exposing those lessons. 12 money truths the rich teach their kids that can flip your future if you pay attention. You're watching M Cubed, Money Mindset Makeover, where broke isn't permanent, and financial freedom isn't reserved for the top 1%. Here's the deal. If you're drowning in student loans, hustling 2 jobs, and still wondering how rich people keep getting richer while you can't even get ahead, you're not crazy. The game is rigged. But like every game, once you learn the rules, you can finally play to win. And that's why this video matters. Because these 12 lessons, they're not motivational fluff. They're the financial blueprint whispered at rich dinner tables but missing from ours. So, let's crack open the vault. Lesson number 1. Money equals options, not just happiness. Here's the first truth rich kids learn. Money isn't about buying things. It's about buying freedom. Think about it. Being broke means asking, can I afford rent this month? Being rich means asking, do I want to live in Miami or Madrid? It's not about happiness, it's about choices. Studies show money beyond $75,000 a year doesn't directly increase happiness, but it does reduce stress and expands options. And options. Where to live, when to work, who to spend time with, those create a life you actually want. Poor families avoid money talk like it's Voldemort. Rich families? They talk openly about it, because they know money is the oxygen of opportunity. And once you understand money is oxygen, you stop treating it like a taboo and start treating it like survival. But knowing money matters is just step 1. Next, you need to understand how it flows. Lesson number 2. Assets versus liabilities. The game changer. If you only learn one thing from this video, let it be this. Rich kids learn the difference between assets and liabilities before they even get a driver's license. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes it out. Simple, right? But here's where most people mess up. They buy liabilities thinking they're assets. That dream home with the massive mortgage? Liability. The car you just financed at 9% interest? Liability. Meanwhile, rich kids grow up learning to acquire assets, stocks, rental properties, businesses that keep paying them long after they stop working. It's like playing financial chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. And speaking of illusions, lesson 3 is about breaking the biggest money lie of all. Lesson number 3. Ditch the look rich, be poor mentality. Instagram flex culture has most people broke before the first like. New Jordans, leased cars, trips on credit cards. On the outside, it looks rich. But on the inside? Empty bank account, maxed out debt, and sleepless nights. Here's what the rich know. Luxuries should be paid for by assets, not by your paycheck. Want that new Tesla? Cool. Build an asset that pays for the $600 monthly payment. Then you're not bleeding cash. You're leveraging your wealth to enjoy life guilt-free. It's the difference between flexing and flourishing. One is for strangers on the internet. The other is for building freedom. But to flourish, you need to know where your money is even going. Which leads us to lesson 4. Lesson number 4. Manage your money or it manages you. Rich families actually include their kids in money talks. Budgeting isn't a punishment, it's empowerment. Meanwhile, poor families argue over bills in hushed voices, making money a source of fear and shame. And when you grow up thinking budgeting equals fighting, you avoid it at all costs. But here's the truth. A budget isn't a prison. It's GPS for your money. Without it, you're just wandering and hoping you arrive somewhere good. Rich parents frame budgeting positively. Look how much we saved. Look what we're investing. That mindset sticks, and their kids grow up controlling money instead of being controlled by it. And once you know how to manage your money, you're ready to explore the different ways it can flow. Lesson number 5. Multiple streams of income. Rich kids grow up knowing there's more than one way to get money. Poor kids? They're usually taught one script: go to school, get a job, retire someday. But here's the truth. The wealthy don't rely on just one stream, they build rivers. Businesses, investments, royalties, side hustles. Robert Kiyosaki calls it the cash flow quadrant. Employee equals time for money. Self-employed equals still trading time, just independently. Business owner equals systems make money. Investor equals money makes money. Rich parents guide their kids to explore all four. That's why they're not panicked about layoffs or recessions. They've built bridges while the rest of us are clinging to one rope. And those bridges? They're built on consistent habits. Lesson number 6. Habits build empires. Wealth isn't one big break, it's 1,000 small habits stacking up. Rich parents encourage daily routines that create momentum. Reading, saving automatically, building skills, networking. Little things compound. It's like compound interest, but with your life. On the flip side, broke habits also compound. Skip saving. Just this month. Order Uber Eats 5 nights in a row. Delay paying the credit card. Suddenly, you're deep in debt and wondering how it happened. Success is rented, and rent is due every day. Which brings us to the next truth: no one's paying that rent for you. Lesson number 7. No one owes you anything. Entitlement is the fastest way to stay broke. Rich parents know it. That's why Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and others won't hand their kids billions. They want them to earn it, to understand money isn't magic, it's the reward for value created. Poor kids sometimes grow up expecting the world to be fair. But the market doesn't care about fairness, it cares about solutions. Once you accept no one's coming to save you, you start saving yourself. And that requires patience. Lesson number 8. Delayed gratification. The billionaire superpower. Rich kids are taught patience in a culture obsessed with speed. Think about Amazon Prime. If something doesn't arrive in 2 days, we lose it. But wealth? Wealth takes years, even decades. Research from Stanford's famous marshmallow test showed kids who could wait for 2 treats instead of eating one immediately ended up more successful in life. That's the exact skill rich kids practice. Saying, not yet, today for a bigger payoff tomorrow. Poor kids are rarely taught this. They're stuck in survival mode, where instant gratification feels like relief. But that relief is expensive, it kills long-term freedom. So, how do rich kids avoid the survival trap? They adopt a mindset most people never learn. Lesson number 9. Abundance beats scarcity. Scarcity mindset says, there's not enough. I can't charge more. I can't ask for a raise. Abundance mindset says, there's always more money out there, I just need to create more value. Studies show people with abundance mindsets take more risks, spot more opportunities, and bounce back faster from setbacks. Entrepreneurs who undercharge because they feel guilty. Scarcity. Entrepreneurs who know their worth and charge it. Abundance. Money is everywhere. If you believe it's limited, you'll never see the opportunities staring at you. And the best way to attract money? Solve problems that matter. Lesson number 10. Solve problems, get paid. The richest people in history, from Ford to Oprah, got paid not for their time, but for solving problems at scale. Rich parents teach. The size of your paycheck is tied to the size of the problem you solve. Solve small problems? Small money. Solve big problems? Big money. Poor parents teach, work hard, get paid. But working harder at the wrong problem just burns you out. The wealthy focus on leverage. How can I solve one problem for millions instead of one person at a time? That's how fortunes are made. And to solve bigger problems, you need smarter people around you. Lesson number 11. Mentorship is the shortcut. Rich parents connect their kids with mentors, masterminds, coaches, because they know success is rarely a solo act. Poor mindset says, figure it out yourself. Rich mindset says, learn from someone who's already done it. Think about it. If you want to climb Everest, do you want a map or a guide? The wealthy always choose the guide. And the final lesson? It's about planting seeds that keep growing long after you're gone. Lesson number 12. Invest early, build forever. Rich parents set their kids up with investment accounts young, so they can actually see compound interest in action. Start with $100 a month at 18. By 60, with average stock market returns, that's over $1 million. Meanwhile, most people never start investing at all, not because they're dumb, but because no one showed them how. The wealthy know money isn't for spending today. It's for multiplying for tomorrow. That's how generational wealth is built. And here's the gut punch. Millennials and Gen Z never learned any of this. We got student loans that feel like mortgages, rent that steals half our income, jobs that don't pay what they used to, hustle culture telling us if we're broke, it's because we're not grinding enough. You're not lazy. You're exhausted, and the system profits off your exhaustion. But here's the good news. These lessons aren't locked away in trust funds. They're learnable. Right here, right now. You can choose to shift from liabilities to assets, from scarcity to abundance, from instant gratification to delayed wealth. Every decision you make today, every coffee you don't swipe on credit, every dollar you invest, every skill you build, moves you from broke survival to financial freedom. This is where the cycle breaks. Wealth isn't luck. It's built. And for the first time, you've got the blueprint. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. No debt, multiple income streams, your money working harder than you do. That future isn't reserved for the rich, it's reserved for those who act on these lessons. Today is the day you stop just surviving and start designing your financial life. So here's your recap. Money equals freedom, assets greater than liabilities. Don't fake rich, build real wealth. Budget with power, build multiple streams, stack habits, earn it. Delay gratification, live in abundance, solve problems, seek mentors, invest early. This is the playbook rich kids get handed. Now, it's yours. If this hit home, don't miss our next video. From broke to rich, how to become a millionaire fast. Subscribe now. Your bank account will thank you.